seems like an obvious one. I had this question yesterday from a student. When I took the exam, you had to use a pencil. Some of this seems like it's a bit obviously, but just make sure you understand the test center's policies with regard to pencils, erasers, what the required form of ID is, a passport or a driver's license or something else, which calculators are approved and which calculators you're allowed to bring in. Remember, they may check your calculator, so make sure you walk into the room with a cleared memory. Don't try anything where you're trying to save certain formulas in the memory to recall them at a later date. It won't work and it's unethical. Absolutely don't do that. The CFA Institute recommends, and I did this myself when I was in London, I went to the test center a week before the actual exam, so I knew exactly where it was, I knew exactly which train to take, knew exactly what exit to get out of, because you're stressed enough on yourself. Someone has written in, where can you find examples of ethics questions? Well, if you go to the CFA portal for Fitch Learning, there are example questions for potential candidates. You could definitely get a good sense of the types of ethics questions that will be asked on the Level 1 exam. There are plenty of resources at Fitch and plenty of resources on the CFA Institute themselves. I don't think the CFA Institute will allow you to view the curriculum books unless you enroll in the exam. We also have a question like, does Fitch offer exam simulations? It's an excellent question. For each level, level 1, 2, and 3, we hold what's called mock exams. Okay, so we will test you. We will do a full test, a full 6-hour test under exam conditions, where a few weeks before the scheduled exam, you come into one of Fitch's offices in London or Dubai or New York or some other convenient location. We simulate actual exams. So for level 1, you will get a 240 question exam that covers the questions in the exact same weights as the CFA recommends, and it will be graded, and you will get feedback on where you scored well and where you need to improve. I did these myself when I was studying, and I felt much, much more comfortable when I walked into the actual exam room, that I know what it was like to sit down for a 6-hour exam. Okay, if you're still a student and you're used to taking exams, maybe you don't need to know what that environment feels like again because you're in it. But if you've been out of school for a few years like I was, it definitely helped me to absolutely do the mock exams. The mock exams get very, very challenging as you go through them. There are more than one mock exams per each level, and some of them for level 2 and level 3 are extremely challenging. So it's a great question. Thank you for the question.